Arsenal face Sporting CP tonight in the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final. The Gunners are in Lisbon, hoping to halt a recent stumble, which has seen their unprecedented quadruple dream dashed during a nightmare fortnight. Mikel Arteta's side were beaten Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final before crashing out of the FA Cup against Southampton at the quarter-final stage, and there are concerns that their season is unravelling. That said, Arsenal have been impressive in the Champions League this term and remain the only unbeaten side left in the competition. After seeing off Bayer Leverkusen in the last 16, the Gunners will be favourites to progress to the semi-final, but will have to guard against complacency as Sporting have been quietly efficient in Europe this season. Sporting have won all 5 home games in the Champions League this season, beating holders Paris Saint-Germain en route to finishing 7th in the league phase. They then produced one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the competition by overturning a 3-0 first leg deficit to beat Bodo Glimt 5-3 on aggregate to reach the quarter-finals. Interestingly, Arsenal and Sporting met in the league phase last season, with the Gunners winning 5-1. Arsenal's trip to Sporting CP feels huge for so many reasons on the back of 2 poor domestic cup defeats to Manchester City and Southampton. Not only that, but Mikel Arteta's side are facing a Sporting team that has lost just once in 27 Portuguese league fixtures, and they're still bouncing following that dramatic comeback against Bodo Glimt. The positive news is Arsenal won convincingly in Lisbon last season, and that will give them confidence, even though they could yet be without Bukayo Saka, Ebrez, Julian Timber and Piero Hincapie. Football.London reporters Tom Canton and Ryan Taylor have selected their Arsenal starting this under the assumption Declan Rice, Gabriel Magalhaes and Leandro Trossard will be fit following their returns to training. With the information gleaned from the open training session, there appear to be several players returning to the squad. After the disappointment of the last 2 weeks, there is definitely a focus on trying to go strong in all the remaining games this season. Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard have been spotted in training. Big Gabby has well returned, but I'd be hesitant to start him after his issue and rest him for the weekend. Victor Gyökeres returns to face his former club and will surely be subjected to some boos after how he left. After scoring his 17th goal of the season, there are hopes this could be the beginning of a real run of form. The return of David Raya is the biggest for me though, and I look forward to seeing his influence level up this team from the previous 2 performances. Canton's Arsenal versus Sporting CP, Raya, White, Saliba, Mosquera, Calafiori, Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Madwek, Gyökeres, Trossard. I'd go slightly different to Tom. I feel Ben White has played a lot of football of late, and also struggled at Southampton. Keeping Sporting CP at bay is key, and I'd slot Christian Mosquera in at right back, where he filled in against Everton, with William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes and Ricardo Calafiori completing the back 4. In midfield, I think the lineup picks itself with Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard starting their first game together since the 3-2 defeat to Manchester United in January. I'd actually throw Max Dowman in on the right. Noni Madwek has flattered to deceive in recent times, and he was also donning wrist tape and a knee bandage in training, suggesting he's still nursing 2 separate issues. I'd bring Leandro Trossard back in on the left with Victor Gyökeres leading the line in attack. Taylor's Arsenal versus Sporting CP, Raya, Mosquera, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Dowman, Gyökeres, Trossard. Arsenal travel to Sporting CP in the Champions League quarter-finals on Tuesday on the back of a triple injury boost. Gabriel Magalhaes, Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard were all able to train for the Gunners at London Corney on Monday lunchtime, despite various recent fitness issues. It's great news for Mikel Arteta. who is desperate to get the club's season back on track following two disappointing domestic cup defeats to Manchester City and Southampton, respectively. Still, the Spaniard is facing a potential headache in Portugal. There is a firm chance Bukayo Saka, Eberechies, Piero Hincapié and Jurrien Timber will not be available. None of those four players were pictured in training on Monday, despite rumours, as he's closing in on a swift recovery following a recent calf injury. On the basis of those that were present in training, Arteta best sheet of Face Sporting is as follows. David Raya starts between the sticks with Ricardo Calafiori at left back, Gabriel and William Saliba at right back, and Ben White or Christian Mosquera at right back. Given White has played a lot of football recently and also struggled, perhaps now is the time to hand Mosquera a start at right back, a role he has played at various points this season, most recently in the 2-0 win over Everton, following Timber's injury. In midfield, Martin Zubimendi, Rice and Odegaard should start together for the first time since the 3-2 defeat to Manchester United at the Emirates in January. Dauman is yet to start a game either the Premier League or Champions League, but has now started matches in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, yet he continues to dazzle throughout his stunning breakthrough campaign. Leandro Trossard could replace Gabriel Martinelli on the left, with Victor Gyökeres leading the line against his former employers. Having reputable options from the bench could be crucial given Arsenal need to take a positive result back to London for next week's second leg at the Emirates. Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus and Dauman, if he does not start, could all be exciting options in the second half, though the priority must be to stop Sporting from scoring.